fantastic pains and how we hide them. I'm not Chris,
And I'm not Karina.
but we're here together.
As usual.
As usual.
And we're here with more energy.
Yes, we found some spoons, and we're back in the game, I guess.
I bet we're back to it. We got past September is what it is.
Yes. September has ended.
Yeah.
Thank God.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
I haven't had a month that bad in a long time. And I didn't even have surgery.
Right. Yeah. There was nothing like quantifiably horrible, but it was horrible.
It was
Everything about it was just the
bad
worst.
time. Yeah.
Fuck September. Cursed month. Over.
We did it.
Done. And that also makes it, because this is October 2nd.
It is.
This is our 4-month anniversary.
We've
We
been doing this for 4 months. We thought
Yeah.
it was 6 months.
Right. It's only been 4 months, so that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's like absolutely crazy to me.
It doesn't feel right, but it is.
Yeah. I'm like, how? We've been doing this forever.
How did we do it in the beginning when we were recording 3 at a time? I don't
know.
understand.
We just kept talking.
We're like, we'll do them for little bits. We'll just do 3 at a time.
Uh-huh.
That was insane.
Yeah, that was not feasible.
No.
Can you imagine editing that now? Like
Ugh.
the way we have it set up?
That would be... And we'd be so drained after
Yeah.
it. It
Well,
would
and there were
be
so many like
a slog.
cuts that had to go in there, and yeah, it was just...
Yeah.
Don't watch season 1. But
Well,
also, if you've been here since season 1, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you.
Much appreciated.
Yes.
You stuck with us through the rough times.
Yeah. So when I tell people to watch now, I'm like, season 2. Just
Well, the
stick
problem
to
is there's
season
some
2.
really good discussions and stuff in season 1
Yeah.
that people still watch and comment on.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back and like remaster them.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think we could, though.
No,
like,
we'd have to
there's
redo
no
it.
way. Yeah. And I mean, we could look at those episodes and kind of cherry pick topics
Yeah.
as
that's
we
true.
move forward. But yeah, I can't believe it's only been 4 months,
Mm-hmm.
which is ridiculous. And we're also doing longer ones now.
Yeah.
Because our like 3 at a time were 45-minute bits.
Still more as in whole. It was more than what we're doing now. So
Yeah. It's crazy. It's like that day we had 4.5 hours of footage.
Oh my god, that was with Star, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude,
It was
that
a
was
big one.
so long.
That was too much ADHD in one room.
Yeah, 4 people are just like, hey, so about that. Oh look, you have stuff.
Also, tangent.
Hey, did you know?
The patriarchy.
Was that episode?
Yep.
Oh my god.
No, wait. Maybe not.
Part of it was.
Part of it was. I think it just looped back.
Yeah. So what are we going to talk about today?
Well, we got to do our weekly recap.
Our weekly recap. Let's sing it.
It's time for the weekly recap.
Check in.
I knew it. Every time.
Good.
It's just like a subtitle now. It is. It's great. It appears that way in my brain now. I'm like, time for the weekly recap. Check in.
All right. I could go first.
Okay.
I always go first now. You have more traumatic weeks than I do,
Yeah.
apparently.
And mine turned into like tangential nonsense.
Yeah, mine are boring. My week sucked. It wasn't as bad as the other weeks. Like, but I've been fighting. Like, I dislocated my hip, like fully dislocated my right hip while sitting. Just sitting. That's all I did. I sat. Didn't sit weird. My legs were in front of me and just kind of slipped out slowly and then thump. Yeah. That's probably also why it hurts, because it was a slow.
Yeah, and then the thunk,
Mm-hmm.
where it just like catches the edge of the bone,
Yep.
and then it just scrapes all that tissue on
Yeah.
its way out.
So Jen had to come over and reset it. And then I tried to sit back up and keep playing games with her. I just could not.
It sucks.
I sat up for about 5 seconds. Was like, no, can't do it. Sorry, guys. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay,
well, and
thanks.
we talked about it's worse after having the surgery to tighten it.
Yeah.
Because it's so much harder to get back in.
It is, though.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. I mean, surgery worked, but
Right.
I kind of ruined mine a bit, I feel like. But,
I feel like I ruined my right one with the left surgery.
right?
I was like, maybe I put too much pressure on it too fast.
Maybe I did it bad.
Yeah. But
Who
I mean,
knows?
it's not as bad as it had been. So
Mhm.
it's fine. It sucks a little less, which is fine by me. That
Fair.
is the goal.
Oh, no, I'm making a mess. I didn't spill.
Shocking.
I promise.
There was nothing to spill.
Exactly. Otherwise, it would have been a mess.
What else was in your week?
I spent a lot of it recovering because that was early in the week,
Mm-hmm.
and It sucked. Like, I actually gave myself time to recover. Like, I did the right thing, but I didn't want to.
Right.
I was like, I can go do things, right? I mean, I still can't even really put weight on it all the way. I have to, like, limp, and I took the chair down the stairs this morning. Hate that chair. I love it, and I hate it. Like, it was useful.
Yeah.
But it was demeaning.
Yes. Constantly. It needs to go faster, and then it would be fine.
I agree. Just crank it up a little bit. A little bit.
Could we hack it? Like, what do we need to do to make it be faster?
Like, I wonder. I just get some people over. Hey, we need to rewire this.
Yeah, we're gonna fix it so that it's not so weird.
Get rid of the limiter. Let's go quick.
Yes.
Turn it into a roller coaster.
The sudden stop.
Fall
you
out.
get whiplash at the end.
I mean, it has the seatbelt, so it's safe, right? Put the seatbelt on, go. Yeah. I mean, that was it. I hung out with the kids a bunch, which was nice. Like, they took care of me.
Good.
They're brilliant. I love those kids.
They just are. They're good people.
So yeah, that was my week. Mainly just dealing with that.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything major that happened otherwise.
And my week was less horrendous, thank God. It was, I can't say it's like a quieter week because it was count week. And so it was just like harassing kids all week going, you need to be in the building on Friday. Mm-hmm. You need to be in the building on Friday. And we wound up getting 16 out of our 18. And then one of the ones who didn't show was on maternity leave.
Okay.
So I was like, well, you did a really good job with our cohort. But it was a lot of work all week. And then Tuesday I was out for dental. No. Tuesday I left early for dental. Monday I left early for a training that I worked on at home. Wednesday I worked from home just in general because in that training I wound up having to delete profiles and files and then had to spend the whole day re-uploading everything and putting everything back together and rewriting everything and organizing. It just sucked. It was a lot of paperwork. And then Thursday it was pretty mellow. Like the week itself was fairly okay. Like it was mostly smooth sailing.
Right.
It was just chaotic and busy at the same time. I'm starting my master's next week.
Be proud.
I don't wanna. I know I need
amazing.
to. Like I'm like, do it. You have to do it. It's important to do it. It'll be more money eventually. But I also am like, fuck, do I have to?
Yes.
I don't want to add more things to my plate. But yeah, no, it was a much quieter week. I did see a chiropractor with Kaiser.
Oh God.
And it's always hit or miss, and it's so hard to tell who's going to be what.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, because I was telling him, I was like, I don't like the like trigger thingy. I can't remember what the heck it's called. The one they use in chiropractic offices.
Right.
Where I'm like, no, you actually like have to move the bone. Like I need the pressure. He's like, well, okay. Explain to me like what you know about both sides. And I was like, on the one hand, you have people who are like, oh, if you adjust manually, you're going to push it too far the other way. And then you have people who are like, we could just break your neck and kill you. And then you have the people who are like, oh yeah, no, all of that's witchcraft and I'm just going to quick.
Yeah.
And I like the quick. Like that's what I need.
Fair.
And he tried to tell me that even when I'm hearing those sounds, my bones are not actually moving. It's just the sound is satisfying and it releases endorphins. And I was like, oh, Jesus.
One of those times that you really wish you could just dislocate your shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, flump. Okay, now what?
Be like, oh no, my bones aren't moving.
I'm doing this for fun.
Oh, Jesus. I was like, you understand nothing.
Yeah.
Great. I will not be coming back.
Well, you have other guys.
Yeah. And I'm like, I can do the shop around, and the joint is always like an option because it's cheap at least if I'm gonna go and have someone half-ass adjust me. I think I also need to be a better self-advocate.
Right. Because
they do this thing where they like adjust your spine and then they think they're done.
Oh yeah.
And then I have a hard time being like, actually, could you do like all of this? And so when they're like, you're all set, I'm like, okay. And then I leave.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to be a better self-advocate. Oops. Yeah. So it wasn't like a horrible week.
No.
And I got some rest, which was nice. Being able to work from home on Wednesday was really good.
I bet that made a difference.
Yeah. Huge difference. And then I had some like fun social time last night. I didn't stay long. And I kind of feel bad because I'm like, I know I missed out on a lot of fun and a lot of drunk ridiculousness.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, I was really tired.
You got to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and I
that's
went
all it
home
is.
and I was asleep before my 9 o'clock med alarm went off.
right. Like, that's how you know you
Yeah,
were out.
I was done. I was so tired. But yeah, not a whole lot to report. Other than like, okay, so my friggin' hands and feet hurt horribly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been like 2 weeks-ish now. So I don't know what the heck is going on, but they hurt. And they hurt a lot. And it's like from my ankles. And I had like heel pain the other day.
I get that a lot.
Yeah, just on like the edge. And I don't know why. And then my feet just hurt and my hands hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It's not comfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Ugh.
I wore my knee brace again because I was like, my ankles are so fucked.
Did it make a difference?
It did a little bit. Supporting the knee, I think, took some pressure off from the hip or from the ankle. But at the same time, I'm like, I really just need to bite the bullet and get good ankle braces.
Yeah.
But it's hard to find ones that I'm like, is it actually going to hold where it needs to hold? Or am I going to dislocate inside of this brace and then be really upset?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's going to happen regardless.
Right? Ooh. My custom knee brace is really, really good. And I've still dislocated in that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and oh my God, that hurts. Because it's trying to hold it together. But now it's like...
Yeah, now nothing's in place and it's being forced into a weird spot. Yeah.
Oh, it hurts so bad. Jesus. Yeah, it's not been a comfortable week, but it's also not been like the last 3.
Truth. It was a tolerable week.
Yeah.
I would take the hip over everything else in the last month.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it sucks, but
But it's just like 1.
yeah.
It's okay. It's just 1. So I'm uncomfortable, but I'm not like in horrible pain all the time. But yeah, the fatigue of the last 3 weeks kind of lifted a little bit, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like I need to die every morning.
Yeah. No joke.
Yeah.
The waking up and the dread was not fun.
Yeah, like waking up and being like, again?
Really, guys?
Really? Again? Why? Didn't I do this yesterday?
That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
Like, ugh. Ooh.
Oh my God.
I'm happy to be in October now.
Yes.
Spooky month.
Spooky
It's
months.
freaking bats.
I love bath. I love Halloween.
Pine
Your
cone on a
mother
stick.
this morning sent me a picture of a pine cone on a stick.
My mom?
Your mom.
My mom.
Yeah.
Sent you a picture of a pine cone on a stick.
Yes.
Why?
Because she cares about me.
Aw. She didn't send me shit.
I'm going to have to show you now.
She didn't even talk to me.
See? Pine cone on a stick. Happy October.
It's a pine cone on a stick.
I care
Freaking
about
love
you.
bats.
It's beautiful.
That's great.
Isn't that fantastic? I was like, yay. That made my morning so much better.
Does that mean she watched our last episode?
I think so.
Wow.
Already. Holy
Way
crap.
to go, Mom.
Yeah.
You're on top of it.
Indeed. Holy crap.
We have like a few people that actually watch them right when they
Like
come
right
out.
when they pop. Yeah.
We appreciate you guys.
One day we'll have to do like premieres with our
Oh,
Discord.
I still want to
open.
do that.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
I was like, there's got to be a way to do it with Discord or like a live on TikTok or something. I want to interact.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
In real time. Because we've not been good about participating in the Discord this last month.
Yeah.
Just because we've been so underwater the whole time.
I just apologized. I sent a message saying that.
Oh, good. Okay.
I was like, I've had a horrible
I'll have
week.
to get there. 'Cause
I'm
like,
sorry.
And it feels overwhelming to try to catch up.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, I look at it and I'm like, oh, I missed a lot of things. I am not even going to look.
We have people that talk and
Well, and I'm glad they're interacting. Like, it's great. And good
that
conversations.
sounds kind of. You did it, guys. You interacted.
It just means we're building like some sort of community.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
I think is what we need.
That's
And
what
what
we
other
wanted.
people need.
Yeah.
So it's worth doing. We just feel bad because we suck at being in there.
Yeah. Well,
It's because my life has been very busy. Everything is nonstop all the time.
I have less of an excuse. Like I could have.
Pain, discomfort,
Right,
editing.
but I should have reached out. I should have. But I was like,
The
distracted
fatigue
the
is
whole time,
Crazy
yeah.
too.
yeah, that was a lot of it.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting how fatigued I was.
Yeah, just watching last week's episode, I was like, oh man, we were not feeling good. Yes. Oh man.
Now we can move on to our topic, right?
Yes.
I
So,
forgot what it was.
we kind of talked this morning about like accommodation versus surrender,
Yes.
and how we can kind of shift the way we think about accommodation. Because I find it fascinating from the SPED teacher lens, where I'm like, we write accommodations for kids so that they can access things appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking for equity, not equality. And I think when it comes to being someone with a chronic illness or an invisible illness or being disabled, we have to kind of invent accommodations for ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah. And so a lot of it is like, I can't do, because you know how you come up against that fear of not being able to do something
Mm-hmm.
because of your body or your condition. And kind of getting past that piece and going, what do I need in order to do that? Instead of, oh no, I can't do that anymore. Because that, for me, especially can lead to feeling like your life is being taken away by your condition.
That's when you start to dread the future.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So I think a really large part of it is learning to, I don't know, be patient with yourself.
Yeah. I'm getting better about that.
Yeah. I mean, it's not easy, and I won't say that like I'm awesome at it, because
No.
I'm not. Like, I get frustrated. Even, we know, when I had hip surgery, I was not very patient. I hit that point where I was like, I'm gonna treat it like it's normal until it feels normal. Fuck this recovery.
Yeah, we both did that.
Yes.
That was not the good idea.
I
That
mean,
was the
it
bad.
worked, sorta.
Everything turned out okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that it worked.
Right.
out.
It's like pigeon superstition.
Yeah.
I didn't die, therefore it worked.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on accommodation versus like surrender or dread, or like falling into that trap of feeling sorry for yourself?
I'm trying to think back to like the journey, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like a year ago even, I would not have given myself any patience, first off.
Yeah.
I would be so not about anything regarding the body.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't have been as open to like using mobility aids or making my surroundings better for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been editing in my room because I was sick, and we built that like COVID spot, and I didn't want to take it down. So I took an IKEA chair, I took the legs off, and I put it on the bed so that I have back support. Like, that's something that I would never have done before.
Right.
Because I just, no.
Yeah.
That's like, that would have been a sign of defeat.
Right.
But now I'm more accepting of it, you know?
Right.
It's like, I need it. It'll keep me from suffering, and I can get more done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, it's interesting to like, because I think we've come at it from both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've both been in a place where you're like accepting that I can't do this, like a typical person, is defeat.
Right.
Right. Instead of thinking about it like, okay, it's going to take me a little more work to do it, and it's going to take me a little bit more like support to do it. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
It's not.
And
not at all.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Like,
it's just part of coming to terms with everything too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it comes in waves. Like, I'll still get bits where I'm like, I'm not using my cane. Screw that.
Right.
You know, but it's a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of learning to change your mindset from defeat to just accommodating.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
Because the defeat is just too overwhelming. When everything's a defeat, like, oh, I'm losing, I'm such a bad person, I should be able to do this, I shouldn't.
Yes.
Right?
That's exactly it. Like, I always, like, I get really bad about punishing myself for that. Like, I should be able to.
Mm-hmm.
And then the anger that comes from that, and then just kind of that feeling of hopelessness, right? Like, you've already lost, or you feel like you've already lost. Yeah. Like, feeling it as a defeat, I guess. And then, because it does, it feels like, and even when we're in a place of acceptance, you're still at war with the body at all times. But that battling can come to like compromise, and it can come to like negotiation. And that's a hard place to get to, especially when you're in that, like, no, that's the enemy.
Right. Well, part of it too is that, at least for me, I don't notice things as much as they're happening until they're all happening at the same time.
Right.
So I'll get to these points where like I'm like overwhelmed because several things have gone wrong and I can't do something that I normally could, but I'm not like, I'm trying to think of an example. Even just like rolling out of bed is getting like to be a pain in the ass for me.
Yeah.
Because I can't just get out. I have to crawl over Jen now to get out because I have the desk there.
Yeah.
And it hurts so bad just to be like, to get up. And it shouldn't. That's like ridiculous to me that, you know, it's just getting up and moving.
Right.
And I can feel it in my hips and in my back and on my arms, like my shoulders. And it's now that they're all like together, I'm starting to feel that, like the weight of it, I guess.
Right. Well, and I think that's a good way to put it when you think about like the weight of it, right? It's this thing that you carry around with you.
Right.
And I mean, it could be the body that we view that way, or it could be the condition that we view that way. It could be our mental health that we view that way.
Oh, yeah.
As this like burden, this cumbersome thing that we have to carry around. And then we're tired because we've been carrying it around forever. And then we're angry because we're looking around and other people, we don't see them necessarily carrying their burdensome thing.
Right.
And then we feel alone with our burden.
That's the cycle.
Yeah.
That really is. That's the whole thing.
Right.
You got to do the rest though, where you come out of that. Like, how do you?
Well, I think a major portion of that, and part of my goal in this podcast in general, is to just make us more visible.
Yeah.
Make other people more visible. Make the burdens that other people are carrying more visible so that we stop feeling so isolated and alone. Because if we could see that we are all suffering, we wouldn't have to be alone.
Right. Exactly.
Like, we just have to get there. We just have to get to a point where we're like, hey, guess what? Suffering is normal. Whichever way you've got it, it's normal.
Well, it's our normal.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's why we're so defensive of, like, we talked about last time, like, people wishing cures on us.
Yeah.
You're like, please stop trying to disrupt what I've already pounded into place as my baseline.
Right. I don't think it's unhealthy to approach it the way we do.
Right.
I mean, I hope it's not.
Well, and I even asked my therapist at one point. I was like, is this normal? What is going on? He was like, I think you approach it in a way that helps you to compartmentalize a little less, I guess. Because, yeah, my other solution was just, like, put it away.
Yeah. I'm sure we all do that, or
Yeah.
at least did do that at some point, where even when you're just little pains, you're like, I'm just going to put that away.
Yep.
No, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's not going to turn into a big problem in the future. They can't possibly happen.
Yep.
Not to me.
Right. Right. That's a big one, too, is, like, when we've talked about it before, where we're like, I can't have a rare thing. I'm not special.
Yeah. Like when we were talking to Star and she was like talking about how too many people in the same space having it throws me off. Like all four of us having ADHD. I was like, well, I guess I don't have it because
right.
What are the chances that we all have it?
Yeah.
But
well,
we also attract more, similar people. So
very much so. Well, and I think it's that whole, you have that camp of people who are like, oh, it's overdiagnosed and it's not a real blah, blah, blah. And then you have the people who are like, well, it's not overdiagnosed. It was just underdiagnosed before.
Yeah.
So the population of these people isn't increasing necessarily. The recognition of these people is increasing.
Well, and misunderstood too.
Yeah.
Like people's perception of it is just, oh, I can't focus on a thing.
Right.
Like,
or I'm hyper and annoying.
Right. That's not it at all.
We don't talk about the executive dysfunction that goes with that.
Yep.
And holy crap, that's hard to manage. And then obviously, like for us, it's compounded with like, is that my executive dysfunction, or is that my depression, or is that my anxiety, or is that my fatigue, or what's going on here?
No shit.
What symptom belongs to what disorder?
Well, and for me, treating it is important because I have different meds for different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like if I'm having executive dysfunction and I'm like, well, is it that I didn't take my Concerta? So I take the Concerta. If I'm still having, I'm like, okay, so am I just feeling really depressed? So I have to take my antidepressant.
Yeah.
And then if it's anxiety or something, it's like, trying to figure out what it is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But that's like part of the accommodation too, is learning.
Exactly. And learning to tier the way you care for yourself,
Yeah.
I guess. Instead of like, well, I tried the one thing
Okay.
and that didn't help, so fuck everything,
Mm-hmm.
which we are also prone to doing, where we have that like burn it down mentality. We're like, I tried the thing, it was garbage, burn it down.
Not again, ever.
I'm going to stop taking all of my meds and I'm just going to suffer because that's what I deserve.
Man, I hit that point last month like 3 times. I was
Yeah.
like, no, fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah. Can you imagine though? There are those people, and you've done it in the past. You don't have to imagine, but like stopping everything
Yeah.
out of like that frustration.
I have done that,
Yeah.
and it was not good.
No.
That was probably,
You're
well,
like, here, let me withdraw from everything all at once at the same time. Wee.
the results were good. Because when that happened is when I started taking things more seriously.
Mhm.
Like, it was like a reset.
Oh yeah.
So I stopped everything, and then I found a better pain management, and I found a better, like, I reevaluated what meds I need to take and what I don't.
Right.
Probably shouldn't have done it the way I did it. Super dangerous.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Very much so.
in hindsight.
Yeah. Well, and it's hard when you want to do it with a doctor because they have like everything's so procedural.
Yeah.
And you have to follow this guideline and this timeline and the blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, you step down off one
Ugh.
over a month.
Right. And
Like-
it just takes so long. And you're like, I'm not seeing any progress
Mhm.
in what I need to see progress in. And it's bullshit.
You need that immediate result.
Yeah.
But
But it's hard. It's like there's no insta fix.
mhm.
A lot of it comes from like our mindset and how we relate to the things around us and the things within us. It's the same thing as like how you view the pain,
Mhm.
right? Like you could view the pain as an enemy or as like this passive bystander, which is how I prefer to view it because if I'm in it, it's too much. So I have to like witness it but not be in it.
Right.
And I had to learn to accommodate for that and find resources for kind of pulling myself out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like,
Yeah.
having a tool set or a skill set to get you out of the bad place.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna happen. Like it's the cycle.
Yeah.
Something will happen and you will end up in it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like, it's so hard to like, I don't know. I have this like guilt moment sometimes when we're giving advice on things or we're talking about things in our experience. And then you look back and you're like, yeah, but is it really that easy? Like,
Right.
Is this something that you could say to somebody and have it make sense? Probably not. And it depends on that mindset. And sometimes we're not in that mindset and sometimes we're in a different, and like,
Right. It's hard to I have that problem too. Describing certain things when you're not in it. It's so much
Yeah.
easier if you were in the moment to describe it.
right.
Like looking back on it,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a fuzzy picture versus like
Right.
the clarity of
Yeah.
like, you know.
Yeah. Well, and that part leads to like the second guessing of yourself.
Oh yeah.
Because once you come out of it, you're like, was it really that bad?
Right.
Was it really that bad?
Well,
or
your
is
brain
it just
doesn't want to
me?
remember it anyways.
Exactly.
It's like, that never happened. Don't worry about
Well,
it.
and I think that's an important thing for people to know is that like your brain literally makes you forget about painful things.
Yep.
It's like, we don't need to remember that. That was garbage. We're going to protect you from that. Bye.
Those were the trash times. We
Yeah.
will ignore them.
They do not exist. Goodbye, trash times.
Yes.
But it's hard. It's hard to be like, do I come off sounding presumptuous or like on a pedestal, or because that's not how we want to come across.
No, the idea is that we just want to help people, honestly.
Right. And we're like, we've been there. And like when we talked about falling into that cycle of like self-pity and it's not fair. And I just had that phase where I was like, this is not fair. It's not fair that I have to work this hard
Yeah.
to make it work. That sucks. But it's also not new.
No. Yeah.
It's not new. It's always been hard. I just went a little longer without a break that time.
A lot longer.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Holy shit. September was the worst.
You survived it.
Yes.
So that's something.
Yeah. Well, and I feel a lot better than I had been because I was like, I'm like 3.5 minutes from like jumping off a bridge.
Like, I need
So-
a building.
Yeah.
I need a building now.
I'm going to find a building and just admire its height from below.
Right.
That's what I'm doing. So I can look back at it and be like, oh, that's funny now. but it wasn't funny. I was tired and it sucked. But like finding that accommodation and finding confident ways to implement them for yourself.
Yeah.
And especially like with work, that can be really hard. And I still struggle. And I know that I have understanding people where I can go, hey, the fatigue's really bad. I need just a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
But I know a lot of people don't have that option because it's either all or nothing.
Yeah.
And so you're like, do I call out and then I'm awake at noon and I feel fine and then I feel like an asshole for calling out? Or do I just suck it up, go to work, cry at work, get sent home? Like, what are my options today?
That happened to me a lot in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of getting sent back.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to power through this.
And they're like, what the fuck is
Why
wrong
are
with
you
you?
even
No.
here?
Yeah.
Like, because I thought I had to. I thought I was doing the right thing. But it was the wrong thing, apparently.
Yep. But it's hard. It's like not everybody's workspace is that understanding and accepting. And when it comes to that, it's like you have to find confident ways to implement stuff and go, look, this is my disability. These are the accommodations, the reasonable accommodations that I need.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's not an easy process either, to be like, what's reasonable? What's considered reasonable? How am I going to continue? Like, can I fulfill my job duties and have these accommodations?
Yeah.
Because that's the whole idea, is that those accommodations are supposed to make it easier for you to access what you're going for. So easier for you to access your job duties and complete your job duties. That is what you want to go for when you're looking at accommodation. Because otherwise we turn into this, like, I don't know. For me, it's like, if I take a day off, am I ever going to go back?
The fear that was it.
You're the like,
it's a legit fear, because I've had jobs like that where I've actually quit that way.
Yeah.
Where it was just, it did not work out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is not it. So you take a day off and then that was it.
Yeah. And then you're like, I
I've
can't come back
there.
and show my face ever again.
Right.
Haha.
I can't. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I'm burning this bridge right now. Excuse me.
Right?
Let me
Holy
just
shit.
burn it down.
There was a lot of bridge burning that went on in the early days.
Oh my God. It wasn't
You're like, nothing works. Burn it down.
It was
Try
let's
again.
burn the bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
Not in hindsight. It's like actively, let's do it.
While I'm crossing it, I'm walking backwards with a torch. Yeah.
Yes.
And then jumping off and swimming a little ways and
watching it.
And
then complaining about it.
I'd be like, this would be so much easier if I had a bridge.
Yeah. Why did I do that?
Yes.
What's wrong with me? Oh, nothing? I'm normal? Okay.
What is normal?
Exactly.
I'm still not super convinced that normal people exist. I know neurotypical people exist.
Yeah.
And they're weird. They are weird humans.
Yes.
They're like, their brains work and they can think like logical thoughts.
Exactly.
Without nonsense intruding on your space.
I was trying to quantify how many normals I knew. I'm like, I don't think I know a single neurotypical person.
I do. One of my work moms is neurotypical. We were talking about something. I don't even know what it was. We were all being ridiculous. And she said something. And I just looked at her. I was like, Jen, are you neurotypical? She was like, I don't know what that means. My other coworker comes up and she goes, yes. Yes, she is. I was like, okay, I thought so.
I wonder if she got offended. Excuse you?
We were just like, your brain works.
Did you just call me a neurotypical?
I did.
How dare you?
Oh my God.
I'm neuro adjacent. I'll have you know.
Yes. That's exactly it. But yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's not an easy thing. And I know it's like, it's a struggle that a lot of us go through. And then like, when do you talk about or think about disability?
I still haven't crossed that bridge.
Yeah.
That's one that I'm looking at. I've been eyeing it and I'm like, I could do it. I probably should do it.
Right.
I feel very impostery about it.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking about it today. Like, I need to go. Our grandfather keeps telling me I need to get a placard, like a handicap parking placard. And I'm like, but do I though?
Yeah.
I'm not really that bad. He says as he can't walk upstairs. Stupid. Imposter syndrome is fun.
It's so weird. Like, how can your brain believe two different things at the same time?
It's knowing and believing, right? I know my body's fucked up. I believe that it's not.
I believe that it's all my fault.
Yeah, I'm making it up.
God damn it, I'm so crazy. I even do it by myself.
My favorite is that if I'm making it all up, all these other people are making up the exact same story. How did we all come up with the same story? I don't remember getting together with these guys and planning it.
No.
I wasn't like, okay, so EDS.
It's subliminal.
Just we know. If you know, you know.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's what bothers me about like doctors, and they're like, I don't experience this, so it doesn't exist.
I've always had doctors that have been like, I don't experience this. You tell me what it's like.
See, I love those doctors.
Yeah, exactly.
Who are like, oh my God, that's so interesting.
Yeah, go on. Tell me more.
Okay. Tell you more.
That's my primary care. Mary Ann's like that.
Really?
Yeah, and everyone at New Health has been like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, like if there's something they don't understand, they'll ask about it. So.
Oh, I didn't mention that I have an appointment with pain management.
You do.
It's on the books.
She's moving up.
November, so I'm excited.
She's getting a care team.
Yeah, and I've got over fall break. I have to get back with the chemical dependency.
Oh yeah,
people
tell them.
and be like, I did not follow a single direction you gave me. I'm so sorry.
Karina, is that a weed?
I'm calling the police.
911, what you smoking?
Is that a police? I'm calling the weed. 420, what you smoking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Tangents.
We should probably take a break.
I think so. It's a good time for it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks. You know what to do.
Do they?
They should. By now, you should.
Drink your water.
Yep.
Eat your food. Take your meds. Go outside.
Yeah.
Experience life. I mean, we have to regardless, right?
Be an active participant in your life.
Ugh.
There you
Try
go.
it.
Be mindful.
That's a good one.
There you
Take
go.
the moment and be mindful.
Be mindful.
It's a good moment.
Yeah. Go outside. Get some sunlight. Have a snack because you deserve it.
Aw.
Join our Discord.
I mean, if you're curious, it's in the description.
It's great fun. It's a really it's just a good community of
Good
good people.
Yeah.
That I like very much. And we're all very supportive of one another, and you can come and bitch to your heart's content.
Yeah.
And no one will judge you.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. Never be sorry.
All right.
Like, share, subscribe.
YouTube chill time.
I hate it. I'm so sorry.
Hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. You know when we upload. That's what they say, okay? I know. It hurts.
Ow, my soul. Okay.
You're selling out.
We love you.
Me too.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back. How was break?
Did you do the things?
You're supposed to.
I hope you did the things.
At least one. Drinking the water. That's like the easiest one on the
Right.
list. Just do
and
that.
take your meds, because I bet you forgot at some point.
Someone did. I know we've reminded at least one person to take their meds.
2. Kaylee as well.
Yep, 2 people.
2
So,
people at least are getting something out of take your meds, please.
That's why we have it.
You deserve it.
I stole it from a YouTuber named Young Dumb Honey Bun.
Really?
I stole her name when I named my rabbit.
Yeah, there's a rabbit in the front yard, and I always almost step on her because she doesn't give a fuck when I'm there. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, young dumb.
Yeah, and her sign off, she tells people to drink water and take their meds. And I thought that was perfect.
Especially for what we're doing.
Yeah. So we're going to go through our comments. We haven't really gone through our specific comments before and talk about them.
Right, because there are some things that we reply to in writing, and there are some things where we're like, oh, that deserves kind of a more detailed explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Where should we start? Should we start with Cassie?
Yes.
Okay. So in the Life's Not Fair episode and how to cope, Cassie commented on the polyvagal chart and the responses. And she's asking, is there a polyvagal response to too much pain and fatigue? Like when you hold your unstable head up for too long, you just stop breathing as your whole body starts to spasm and lock up.
Mm-hmm.
So the polyvagal is talking about kind of like stress hormones, right?
Your body's instinct.
Yes.
Its reaction to whatever stimulus.
Like its ability to determine what is a dangerous situation, what's not, essentially. So there's a hormone, chemical, steroid, blah, 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 called cortisol that builds up in your bloodstream and it can change like your baseline, like Kaylee was talking about, can change your baseline over time. But yes, there is a response to too much pain and stress as that chemical builds and builds. And I don't even want to say it's too much pain and stress. It's just having dealt with it for too long.
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, so that can make it extremely difficult to cope, because when your cortisol levels are high, your body is in stress mode for a long period of time. And it can be really, really difficult to regain an appropriate baseline from there.
Oh, yeah.
And that's actually one of the first things they teach you when you go through like the pain classes and mindfulness stuff. And that's really a huge part of the point of being more mindful and changing your relationship with pain as a whole.
Yeah.
So instead of being this like major stressor, it can be kind of passive.
In the beginning of our journey, when it was still not known, one of the things that the nurse practitioner looked at was my cortisol levels.
Yeah.
And that's when I feel like it's one of the key reasons that she took me seriously,
Mm-hmm.
because they were ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I was stressed out of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
My body was freaking out.
Yeah.
So,
well, and it can have really negative effects on the rest of your body to have that high of a level too. Like, it puts you in more risk for like heart problems later on, as well as like damaging your mental health.
just
that's a given. But yes, so in short, Cassie, yes, there is that polyvagal response to too much pain and stress over time. And I think fatigue definitely plays a role there, because as we know, like, it's hard to cope when you're so fatigued. You get so tired and so burned out, and you don't even want to cope anymore.
When you get an adrenaline drop randomly, which I'm sure happens to other people,
Mm-hmm.
where you're just doing whatever and suddenly, bam, you're like, oh, that was a lot of adrenaline. Why are we doing this? Does that count? Can you follow the polyvagal chart through an unintentional adrenaline drop?
I wonder.
Because I usually go through the same, like, if it happens, I'm either like, I got to go do something, or I freeze.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if that,
My
applies.
instinct is always to like get up and move.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, I don't know, it's hard because you have to essentially co-regulate with your own self
mm-hmm.
to reset your nervous system.
Yeah.
Like, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so for me, my big coping thing is like when I get those adrenaline dumps, which I get like at night. That's the fucking worst.
Sleepy time?
Where you're
Nope.
like, I'm falling asleep. Oh, there's all this adrenaline in my system all of a sudden. Why?
Yeah.
And then I can go put my body through like a repetitive task, or just give my brain a job, give my body a job, to kind of reset that and let yourself, like, let your body know that the world is not in fact ending.
Yeah.
Whether or not it thinks it is.
Yeah, we talked about that in therapy, actually.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about when the body goes into panic mode on its own.
Yeah.
And how you have to bring it back down, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same kind of thing.
Yeah. It really is. It's like co-regulating,
Yeah.
but with your own body. Like, you have to be able to, because it's really easy to be annoyed with the body at that point, or let your anxiety kick in, because once the body's freaking out, the brain's like, identify the danger. What are we freaking out about? So being able to ground can be really helpful there. And then, yeah, for me, it's like I have to give my body a new job.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can do the cough to reset it.
I do that a lot. That's my go-to,
Yeah.
is the cough.
Yeah. But I can't always do the cough because sometimes Randy's asleep. So I get up and I leave and then I cough. Or I do like up, down. Like, I'll lay on the floor with the dog and then I'll stand back up, and then I'll get down and I'll get back up to try to, essentially just teach it that it's okay.
Yeah. I'm lucky. I live with someone who sleeps like a brick. So I could sit up, cough a bunch, and then
go back to sleep.
as long as I don't say love or Jen, she does not wake up. She is programmed to just sleep.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky her. Damn.
I found a comment that I want to comment on.
Yeah.
This is from a Miss Peggy Davis. She says, "To be fair, Junior, you weren't diagnosed with chickenpox in an alley. We did have to go at the back door because you were contagious." I don't know who this woman is and who she thinks she is, but coming into my podcast and saying something so disrespectful? Are you kidding me? Love you, Mom.
She gave me a pine cone, so I have to be on her side for this. Sorry.
I'm on her side too.
Oh, okay.
She
Good.
I have to give her shit because it's my mom.
I love it.
My favorite comment.
Oh, what was the other one? Oh, talking about the spinal tug of war.
Oh yeah, we figured out the name.
Yes, it took me a minute because I was like, what is it called? I remember what it's called, but I can't find it. So it's the sphenoid coccyx connection. So the sphenoid is in the skull. It's one of the main bones in your skull, and your spinal cord drops through it.
Yeah.
Through the cervical spine. And then goes down to your sacrum, and then from there to your tailbone. And so, yeah, when things get out of whack, you can wind up playing tug of war with your own spinal cord, and it is the sphenoid coccyx connection.
That was for Sleepy Panda.
Yes.
They're the ones who asked. So.
Yes. Well, it was Sleepy Panda and Ketchup Fiend.
Mm-hmm. Great names, by the way.
I know, I love that. That cracks me up.
I mean, we could talk about just read out normal comments too.
That too, yeah.
There are positive ones. Yeah. The ones that we gush about.
Ones. They make me happy. Here, you find some and I'll go check out the Facebook.
Oh, that's a good idea. I have a feeling this is going to get cut out. Oh, I had a question. Cassie said on the Life Isn't Fair and How to Cope episode, loser has to wear a bunny suit for the next podcast. And I would absolutely wear a bunny suit if I knew what we were losing at. I forgot.
I would have to rewatch the episode.
Yeah, I want to know what she's talking about, because absolutely, whoever loses has to wear a bunny suit. I'm down with that.
Yeah, I'm game.
Right?
I just don't know what we're fighting over or against, or what's the competition? Help.
Remind us. We're too lazy to watch our own episodes. Yes.
Oh, someone replied to Fatigue at its Finest, our episode that dropped today or a week ago in your time. That's funny to say to me. We're time travelers.
Look at us in the present and the past.
We live a week ahead. Yeah, they said, lol, the exhaustion randomness is real. That is what I sound like when someone calls me after 6 p.m.
Okay, see, and that was why I was okay leaving that episode up, because it's a great example of the super fatigue, like the before and after. First half, we were wiped out. We could barely function.
Yeah.
Second half, we were awake and cognitive. Like,
yeah.
Just
well,
having
we got to talk about how it happened too. So we sat down to do the podcast, and we knew we were not in a good space to begin with. Our warm up was we were just offbeat.
Yeah.
Normally when we're together, we're really in it, and we were just not. We were just missing each other somewhere. We were not connecting because neither of us were present.
No, it was dissociate day.
Yes, very much.
Go away.
Yeah. Oh wait, we're here together. Oops. So what happened was we went to take that break because we were like, I don't even know where we are in the conversation. And at that point, the camera was full.
Yeah, the memory card had been full.
Yeah.
So it had 10 seconds left. We turn it on, goes 10 seconds, and I'm like, oh God.
Yeah. So the memory card was full, and we just looked at each other and we were like,
call it?
Let's just call it.
Yeah.
We'll try again tomorrow. We're going to just stop. And we did. And we went upstairs and we hung out for a little bit. And yeah, and then we tried again Sunday, and it worked out much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an episode that we were both a little worried about. We were like, we might actually miss a week this week.
Never. Not on my watch. Well, I wanted it to go.
And then you had to edit it. I can't even imagine.
Okay, so the editing was horrible. Editing, we were missing footage. We had no marks, so I had nothing to sync it to. Yeah. We were all over the place. So editing a fluid conversation was almost impossible.
Yep.
And then when I tried to export it, it was corrupted.
Oh, no.
I didn't get done until yesterday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I finished it and uploaded it. It was yesterday.
Yeah. And I just barely finished watching it and giving it the go ahead before I passed out. And then he was like, do you not like it?
I was just your response, because you didn't want to force me into keeping it. You responded appropriately, I think. Yeah. But it freaked me out. I was like, oh God, if she doesn't like it and I have to delete it, I'm going to lose my mind.
Right.
After
because I was
work.
really worried that you hated it.
Oh,
and
no.
I didn't want to be like, oh, it's perfect, and then have you post it and hate it.
I hated it.
So I was like,
until it was done.
If you're good to post it, we're good to post it. I will give it the seal of approval. But yeah, it was a bear that we had to wrestle last week.
It happens. Every once in a while we'll get an episode like that just does not want to exist.
Yeah.
But we make it exist.
Right. Yeah, no, it's definitely.
Who commented that?
It was on the Facebook, and it was actually just now. So I don't know that they. Micah.
Oh.
I don't know that they are a regular viewer, but glad we reached them. Glad they watched enough to even know that. Because I literally, right before we started filming, I posted everything.
Yeah. And
the
she
meds
understands.
just dropped.
Oh, man. Faster, faster, faster. Digest.
More crackers.
Excuse me while I shove a cracker in my mouth and not chew into the mic.
We did our job on our intermission. We went outside and we got sunlight because there's actually sunlight today. The last couple days has been kind of icky and it rained, which we needed, but I need sun or I get depressed. And we had a snack. We had crackers and we took our meds so that, because my hands and my feet hurt a lot. And now muscle spasms are starting.
Like crazy.
Yeah, like my arm was crawling. Like I wish you guys could see it. It's so bizarre.
It's so hard to catch on camera too.
And it's so hard to like explain. Like at least you've seen it, so I know it exists.
Yeah, you're not crazy.
Like it happens.
I want to get
so weird.
Like if I could keep Jen's camera in here for when that happens, because I think one of the nicer cameras might catch the crawling because they're high enough definition.
Yeah. Oh, and then my hand was going. It was super weird. So I had like this one going up and down. And then this finger was going side to side. So my ring finger was like dancing. It was so weird. And it hurts. I don't like it.
I don't like.
So we bailed out of the pain so that we could continue in a more...
We did it for you.
...appropriate
Not for
atmosphere. It was for us. We were over it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm glad that that episode is out. And I'm glad that we posted it. Because I think it's important for us, like... I don't know. We like to be transparent and honest.
You should read this one. It's probably one of my favorite comments.
Is it Ruth?
Yes.
Okay. So Ruth says, I just have to say, while not officially diagnosed, for the first time in my almost 60 years, I feel like I found my people. I can so relate to what you're saying about how you feel when people make comments about your health. Thanks for sharing. Oh my gosh. So you sent it to me like a week ago or so?
Yeah. When
she posted it. And thank you, Ruth, because that like
we
I was having a
both
rough
needed that
morning, and then I got that, and then I was like, okay, we're doing good. We are doing good.
Yeah,
we are, because that like we talked about in the first half. Like I think exposing suffering is really.
I'm like about to cry.
I know, it makes my heart just feel so full, because.
I can't handle the positivity.
Well, and it's strange for us, too, because we spent so long being like, are we crazy? Or are we, like, attention seeking? Am I doing this because I'm out of my mind? Or what? Like, what?
Right.
What is the deal? And then because so much of our journey was realizing that we were going through the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's when I think we started to take it more seriously as, like, seeking out an answer. And I think Bug was a big catalyst too, because at that point he was able to go like Marfan's, and then Marfan's was in a category of connective tissue disorders. We were like, oh my gosh, that's what it is. And then sifting through to find what it actually is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so much of our journey was kind of coming to like finding out that we weren't alone.
Right. And now we're trying to find our people.
Yeah.
And we're somebody's people at least.
Right.
Thank you, Ruth.
Yes.
That made our day.
It really did. Oh my God. It was such a boost. I was happy. I was pleased with what we were doing.
Right.
So, yeah.
I needed it because I had that really bad imposter syndrome at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
After the horrible episode, I was like, nobody's even going to watch these. Yeah. What is the point?
What is the point?
I had to reach out again. I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I might have just been having a bad day, but...
And we get comments like that, like kind of throughout the week, where we're like, I'm just so glad that someone else can relate, or that I can articulate something that someone else had a hard time putting into words. Because I know that happens a lot, because I don't think I'm good at speaking. I think I talk enough to cover the point. And that's what it is.
Yeah, that's fair.
I go in circles until I find it, and then I find it, and it's perfect.
I just direct your madness. Yeah. Like, you're getting close. Keep going.
Warmer, colder.
No,
colder.
Wrong.
What are we talking about?
Why are we talking about this? What? How did we get here?
Where are we? Yes. Let's see. Who else? What else was the thing? There were other pretty recent ones that were super sweet. Oh, yes, and our demands for spoon clothing now cracks me the fuck up.
I'm still
love
trying
it.
to get our normal merch put together, which we're still
we
working
have,
on.
We have a design for one.
Yeah.
And then we just need our turtle.
Yeah. Kaylee's almost done with hers.
Yay.
Jen's about finished with hers.
I want to see.
And I'll reach out to Vizzy and
I'm
see
excited.
what they say.
I want to know what's up. I want to get those out because I think that would just be so much fun.
Yeah.
And then we could wear them and then, because I don't know if you do this, but sometimes I will like wear something that represents something to me.
Dude,
and
I
it
do
just
that
like
all the
helps me to get through the day.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
almost put on my shirt my mom got me that says, "It's like everything's fine and everything's on fire." It's one of those type shirts.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, maybe wear that one. But I wore my Lucky shirt. That's why I like
Yeah.
this one. It says Lucky on it.
Well, yeah, I'll wear one of my like always keep fighting shirts.
Yeah.
Or even just like my zebra tank top. I'll
You were
just put
gonna
on.
For
or
some
my
reason,
zebra hoodie.
I assumed you were going to say painting.
My zebra painting.
I put on my
wear
zebra
it.
painting and I walk around like
Yes.
on a chain.
It's like one of those like signs that the end is nigh.
Yeah.
Our hoofbeats are louder.
Zebra pride.
Yes. yes. Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, no, I will wear things that like mean something to me. So
Yeah.
I would be very excited.
It would be so nice. It will be nice.
It'll happen. I want to kind of look through our Discord too, because we, like I said, we have kind of dropped off because
Oh yeah.
we've been exhausted. So now it's time to do a little bit of catch up and see what's been going on in the forums. So Ketchupine joined us, which was fantastic. Welcome to the Discord.
And-
Welcome to, there's one more too, right?
Yeah. I was
I
looking.
think I did introductions. So,
Intros.
there was someone else. This one.
Oh, Krieg.
Krieg.
Yeah.
Welcome. I have not read your introduction. Oh, it's Leonie.
Yeah.
Leonie. Yes.
a good
Stumbled over
name.
our podcast. She was searching for fun chronic pain podcasts with zero bullshit positivity. Hey, that's us.
I'm glad that was what they were looking for.
I know.
Too. Like, the fact that other people are like, I need this.
I need the ha-has
That's what I
and
bring.
the honesty.
I don't. I'm a liar. I will
you.
lie right to your face. I am perfectly healthy.
I think the only thing you lie about is gaslighting me.
I still don't know what she's talking about. Why would she say these things about me?
But I'm glad that that's what you were searching for and that we kind of popped up in there.
Yeah.
And it's really cool how many people find us because of like Spotify or like looking for us and they find us.
So we need to set ourselves up on Apple,
Yeah.
which we're going to
We're
expand.
working on that. Yes.
Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people look for podcasts there. So.
Yeah. So hopefully it will be more accessible throughout.
Yeah, expand the family.
Yeah. Which would be great because we love when you guys join our Discord and you pop in.
It's been really nice to get to know these people
Yeah.
and have similar journeys and understand.
Mhm.
Like, and you don't have to have EDS. That's
Right.
the huge thing. Like, we're not in the EDS only kind of group.
No.
We're a life suffering.
Yes.
So if you don't even have an illness but life sucks,
What was that comment that was like it was in our TikTok, all for the Church of Universal Suffrage?
yes.
Yeah. That's what it is. Cuz that's the thing, like I said, like if we could expose our suffering, we wouldn't have to be alone.
It helps so much.
Cuz everybody is going through something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's really interesting. I was reading this study. Sorry, this is kind of a tangent, but apparently there's a study out there that acetaminophen curbs
Oh, yeah.
empathy,
Yeah.
which I found really fascinating. So when you are suffering, it's easier for you to be empathetic than when you are not suffering, which I guess, I mean, it makes sense because again, your brain protects you.
You also take more risks on acetaminophen.
Yeah.
I
which
thought
I
that
think
was...
is fascinating.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's weird that something
that
so simple
is.
can make you make more risks. I guess
Yeah.
like make riskier
Risk-taking
decisions
behavior.
Yeah. from acetaminophen.
Right. Isn't that so strange? And I'm really enjoying the resource tab.
Mhm.
Have you explored that
Oh, yeah.
recently? Like, you guys are posting the best stuff in here. Dweeb is on top of it.
Thanks, Kaylee.
And I love these little graphics. They're so much fun.
I'm working on making more GIFs too.
Yeah.
That was fun making the
I like the
one.
what the fuck, Chris. That's great. So yes, join our Discord. Come hang out. Get to know the rest of everybody and have a place to be supported. Because that's the goal. And we have memes and we have a pets tab. There's topic suggestion. Oh, Dweeb says, do an episode on self-care, but record the entire episode wearing sheet masks.
Yes.
We're going to have a spa day.
We do need to take the podcast out somewhere. I want to do more like out and about stuff.
Yes.
Which is hard for people with EDS to have good days at the same time. Like, let's go do a thing.
Yeah.
On break.
And Meow Wolf.
Oh, yeah. We're going to Denver's Meow Wolf.
Yeah.
I've been to the Santa Fe Meow Wolf. The original.
In November, right? November 6th?
Yeah. We're going to go.
7th? One of the
7th.
days? Yeah. I'm so excited. But we'll take you guys along for the ride.
Yeah. Assuming they let us record.
Yeah. I don't know how much they'll let us record, but we could vlog like in between.
Yeah. I'll bring my camera bag so if in case they don't let us, I can just pack it up.
And then over break, I have a couple appointments.
Yeah, we could still do stuff.
But yeah, we should get out and about. I think that would be nice. And it's just nice to like go out and do something that's not home and work.
Exactly.
I think I've been a little bit stir crazy, but too tired to do anything about it.
That's the worst. And right? I think everyone has that moment of I want to do something. Mm-hmm. I have the energy, but I physically cannot do the thing.
Yes. And
that's so debilitating.
That's how I felt about like art recently.
Yeah.
If it's not like spur of the moment, I just don't do it.
Yeah, like when we did
and that was a lot of fun. We decorated our other curtain.
I want to keep decorating them
for our guest stuff.
I want more graffiti.
Yes.
I want to get one of those Magnum Sharpies, the ones that are like that thick.
Oh yeah.
So you could do like big
writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not on this one. I kind of like this one.
No, I do like this one. I think if anything, we could put something like here.
Yeah.
But that's about it. This maybe it's this dot. This dot always bothers me when I watch the YouTube videos because I think it's like on my screen. And it's not. It's either this one or this one. But
that's funny.
It bugs the crap out of me because I'm always like, because look, if you look at our viewfinder.
Oh yeah, it does.
It's just
it looks
a dot, and it makes me nuts because I like keep trying to like wipe it off my screen.
That's perfect.
Because I'm a dumbass.
It's all right.
But it's funny, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just excited. Everything, like, I was telling Chris, I think it was something that we wound up cutting out of this one, but the podcast itself, we're 4 months old, which seems crazy to me because this is what I look forward to during the week.
Yeah.
I get excited to be like, oh my gosh, I can talk about this on the podcast. Or like, I don't know. It just, it's like my reset. It's my reboot, my battery charge before going back into a new week.
Yeah, I always look forward to it.
Yeah.
It gives me something to aim for. Mm-hmm. And then I come up with stuff during the week. Like, mostly what I worry about is the setup.
Yeah.
So I was trying to make the quality better.
But holy cow, in 4 months, if you look at how much we've improved, holy cow. Like, we thought it was 6 months and it's only been 4.
I still can't believe that.
Which is so bizarre to me.
It does. It feels like 6 months. Mm-hmm. But it's, only 4. Yeah. Only 4 months.
Right.
We've done a lot.
Yeah.
Is that right? That can't be right.
Are you going to count again?
Yes, I'm going to count again.
May.
Okay, so May to June. July. Are we at 5?
So May, June, July, August, September.
And now we're in October.
So maybe 5 months, yeah. Okay, never mind.
That makes more sense.
We could have just gone like month 5 to 10, 5 months. But we're not that bright.
Well, no, in a year has happened. That's about it.
I know, I'm like, what is time?
Ugh.
That's the other part. Like, I really like the podcast because it helps me mark time.
Yeah.
Because I'm really, really bad about time in general. I couldn't tell you what happened in 2019 versus 2017. I have no idea. The years mean absolutely nothing. I chronicle the event and that's about it. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. But yeah, it was a better week. We're a little happier and we're excited for what's to come. And we love hearing from you guys.
Oh,
so
she's
talk
getting
to
all
us.
sentimental.
You were the one who was going to cry. Don't get on me.
Hey.
Whatever.
The 5th of November.
Yes. I'm so glad I put that in your brain.
Yeah.
I am not at all sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Don't look it up. Just don't.
Oh, also, commiserate with me about night sweats because holy cow, I'm dying. Last night I was awake 3 different times. And my house is cold. Like, there is no reason. And then I wake up soaked and freezing.
Same. Like I said last night, I did the same thing. It's to the point where like you get icy.
Yeah.
Because you're wet.
Yeah. Well, and then your joints hurt because you're like cold now.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, but you don't want to put covers on. You don't want, like,
No.
What do you do?
Well, and then my blanket's wet.
What I used to do is I would just take a bath, like
really?
force my body to heat up and like sweat and adjust and then go to bed. And it helped, but it only helped for so long.
Teaching it how to regulate a little better.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like making yourself one constant.
Yeah.
And then.
I was doing that, but I don't know if we talked about it, where I was having a hard time with temperature just in general. And like the left half of my body was like, hot things are now cold. I was like,
wow.
Pardon me, no.
I get the numbs. Like apparently a lot of people do. Like numb patches are numb, like half your body being more numb than the other.
That I find really fascinating. I want to know why that is. Like, why is it that, because I think we're both the same, right? Like less sensation on the left than the right.
Or I think my right side's more less sensitive. And
so
my left...
you're the opposite actually. Because at the very beginning it was my right shoulder and your left shoulder.
Yeah.
And that's where it started. So your left has always been worse. My right has always been worse. And I think Bug is left too, which is fascinating to me. Because like part of me would have been like, is it like your handedness? But none of us are left-handed.
No.
It's just interesting.
It's some sort of neurological something.
I think there's a much bigger neurological impact than we really know.
I would agree. I mean, like I have thyroid issues.
Yeah. You
had thyroid issues. You have the hypo and the hyper. You flip-flop.
It just flip-flops.
Yeah.
So there's no way to treat it.
My body's gotten used to taking the levothyroxine.
Yeah.
So my levels are really good now.
That's good.
In my last blood test, my levels were good.
Yay.
My cholesterol was horrible, but everything else was good.
It should be getting better though, because how much weight have you lost in the last like 3-4 weeks?
I'm at 10 pounds.
Nice.
I slowed down when I got sick.
Yeah.
And then my hip now, but
yep,
losing the weight slowly.
I've just not been eating. Like I've been really bad about that.
That's the weird thing too, is I've been having like small dinners and that's about it.
Yeah.
I haven't been snacking. I drink a lot of soda though.
I don't do soda anymore actually.
I want to.
So for me it's like coffee. That's where all of my calories are coming from, is because recently, the last like few weeks, the days are just so unbelievably difficult that we do a coffee run in the morning and then we do one at lunch.
That'll happen to me sometimes. Like you'll come over and then Bappa will come over and I'm like, I have 2 fraps. Yes. What am I going to do? Down them both.
At the same time.
Yeah. No. Well, maybe I will now. Just because.
It was really funny. My coworker, so Diana, was she was coming in late on Thursday and she was like, do you need coffee? And I was like, yes, I do. And she came in and I probably had like this much left. She was like, what the fuck? I thought you needed coffee. And I said, I do.
I do.
I'm just not ready to finish this one until I have another one in my hand.
Yeah.
Because you chug yours and then it's gone. And then for me, I need to do slow.
Well, and that's the problem.
It's entertaining.
I do it, and it's a habit I picked up while editing. Not recently, but when I would edit before. I'm focused, and I need caffeine to like hyper focus on things because I'm sitting there syncing like frames to frame. Like I'm anal attentive about them, about stupid shit, like just the syncing.
But it comes out great.
Yeah,
like, your effort is not wasted.
True. I hope. I can only hope. Because I'll always be like, it could be better. Like, I can do this.
Well, that's everything, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's just life.
But yeah.
Gives you something to strive for.
I'm always downing things while I'm focused on whatever I'm doing.
See,
it used to be water.
I'm very...
Just water.
I don't know. Like, taste is a big sensory thing for me.
Right.
And so I use it as almost like a fidget.
That's true. Like a stimulus.
Yeah. So I like the stimulation that I get from like all the different flavors and the different textures and that it's cold and blah, blah. I don't know. But I've always kind of been that way. Like I was the kid who was like savoring everything for the longest amount of time. Because once it's gone, then I'm sad.
Yeah.
I get that like drop in my emotionality. I'm like, oh, the fun thing has ended.
No more.
Oh, so sad now.
I'm a depressed.
I have crippling depression. Oh, what's that other thing that I was super annoyed about this week?
Me?
No.
I'm pretty sure it was me.
No, that's every week.
Oh, okay. That's all the time.
No, it was something about I was having a conversation about how doctors want to blame everything on like depression and anxiety.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Where that gets just so irritating, where you're like, no, it's not that. It's something else. Can we please like move past the whole, oh, you're just depressed? I'm like, no, actually, my depression and anxiety are really well managed. There's other stuff at play.
Well, that's the fight Kaylee has. Trying to get
So
a diagnosis on
frustrating.
something. She
Yeah.
has to get her anxiety and depression under control.
Yeah.
Before they'll even approach like ADHD testing or
Right. Well, and then they get back on me because every time I do one of those improved care outcome things, it's always like, I do okay until it gets to the point where it's like sleeping too much or too little, having little energy to do the things that you like, overeating or not eating enough. Like, those are the ones where I get really high numbers.
Right.
And so they're always like, oh, no, you're depressed. I'm like,
But it's
no,
a physical thing.
it's fatigue. It's different.
Yeah.
Fatigue is not the same as depression. Fatigue can impact my depression, but it's not the same thing.
Right.
But that's like the eternal battle, and it's so frustrating. And I wonder, like, I don't know, I think it'd be an interesting discussion to have when it comes to like the sexes, because are men more believed than women? Like, what?
I need more dudes. I haven't seen
Yeah.
a lot of EDS dudes.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's a matter of just not discussing it because it's,
Right.
You just don't talk about it kind of a thing. Or
Right. Well, and
they're
I
not
think
looking
that's-
for content.
I think that's a lot of things, actually, because you see a ton of things where they're like, oh, women are more impacted than blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I think women are more likely to like seek a solution,
Right.
whereas men are more likely to bury it and be like, oh, that's a problem with me as a character. Yeah, I don't know.
You
I
need
think it'd
more
be an
dudes.
interesting conversation. But yes, we need more men. Find the men. Get them in here. Just, you there, EDS boy.
We have a show for you. Come.
Come here.
Come hither.
Oh no.
We've recruited so many small boys to do
Yes.
stupid shit. Surgery.
You there, surgeon boy.
I mean, at one point you. Just a
Hey,
co-host.
you there, small brown child.
You mulatto, come here.
One of my monolingual students called me a mulatto the other day. And I was like, you're not wrong. Oh. Just snorted.
Oh, man.
No.
Now imagine that snort with like a loud echo after it, like, because I'm gonna edit.
Do you see what he does to me?
I'm horrible. I'm the worst brother ever.
He's just a monster.
It's like a veil was lifted
And a monster was there. The puppy was there the whole time. We haven't run through that one in a long time. Holy
No.
shit.
It has
What is that,
become
Auntie
abundantly
Donna?
no. It was man. If Auntie Donna did it, it was the like something.
Oh,
on
it was a
Netflix.
show, and we never watched the show.
No,
It
we
was
liked
just
that
like
clip.
the portion.
Yep, I found it.
It was like a veil was lifted, and a monster was there.
And then the puppies that are solving cancer. It can be. We have discovered that it can and only is. And then he shoots the puppy.
What is it? Time's up, fucko.
Yeah, time's up. You're like, bummer. That's a bummer.
That's
And
a
then
bummer. And then he shoots the puppy.
Shot a puppy? Oh, I didn't tell you about the puppy?
The puppy was there the whole time.
Yeah.
We need to make TikToks or like a compilation of us being in sync.
It's so
it
hard to find them.
cracks me up.
I mean, there are a lot of
There's
them.
a ton of them.
So,
So bad. Oh my god. And I had kids comment on like, we sit the same and we have the same mannerisms. I'm like, yes, we are siblings.
thus the same.
We grew up together, and also we're the same person. We're just, because that was our running joke, was we're twins
It's
born years apart.
Yeah.
Because we're the same human.
Basically.
Pretty much.
So, you're a monster too.
I am a monster. We already knew that though.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, I'm very open about being a monster. I came out of the closet, if you will.
The monster closet.
The monster.
I'm still living in the monster closet. It's okay, Chris. You can be yourself. Come on out. Come on. Oh, but I don't want people to know I'm a monster.
That little kid's like, there's a monster in my closet and he won't come out.
It's just Sophie. She's like, Dad, come on.
Get out of
out of my closet. But I'm a monster.
I want to do we need to find a sexuality checklist and find out what we actually are.
Oh, that would be kind of interesting. Doing
Part of me is curious.
Doing quizzes and stuff.
Yeah. Figure out where we fall.
Yeah.
Because we've never been interested in identity before.
It was never really needed.
Yeah. It was kind of a side quest.
Side quest.
That we never pursued.
Went. Yeah.
We were like, fuck that side quest. I'm over here doing this story arc shit.
Yeah, I'm main story only.
All right. Thinking it's time to call it.
Probably.
I think so. You were getting a little fidgety.
I'm fidgety because I'm happy. Shush.
Are you happy?
I am happy. I am actually happy.
Okay, good.
So much scrutiny.
I'm like,
I am. I'm content. How about that? I'm content.
Yeah. Yes. Good deal. All right, my friends. Thanks for coming along.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. We love hearing from you. Comment, share with others, bring them in, and join our Discord if you're interested in exploring the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We interact with everybody, so.
Yes.
Unless you don't want it, you can stalk us from the shadows.
That's fine. Yeah. Also acceptable.
Yeah.
We are on the internet where all things are acceptable.
For better or worse.
Oh no.
All right.
On that note, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.